Hi, my dear students. This is K. Makeshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. Today, I am going to talk about the background of critical theory. So, to know about the critical theory, what we learn from English is very much important. Of course, we learn things about specific books and authors with the help of English language. But here I mean to say what are the more general values and attitudes we learn from English. Actually, these values are not usually formulated and stated. They are invisible. And let us see what are the things which are needed, otherwise, which are the outcome of learning English. The first thing, naturally, is an attitude to literature itself. Good literature is of timeless significance. Any literature which has a good sense, it's meant for all the time. And the second point is the logical sequence of the first one. That means the literary text contains its own meaning within itself, which means the meaning may be of three types. The first one is socio-political, and the second one is literary critical, and the third one is autobiographical. So let's see what do you mean by socio-political. Socio-political, it is nothing but the context which is explained in a literary text may have the influence of a social background or a political situation. Okay? And the second one is literary historical. So here we can find out the influence of any writers in the work of a particular writer. Otherwise, we can find the influence of particular genre. And the third one is autobiographical. So, in the autobiographical thing, we can find out the personal details of the author's life. And the next thing we can learn out of English is that the detachment between the context of the reader and the text. That means to understand the text well, there must be a detachment between the text and the reader's context, which means the reader should not have any sort of the pre-assumption, otherwise the political ideology about the book which he is going to read, or he must not have any sort of a precondition. Okay, that is very much needed. And what is exactly needed is a close verbal analysis of the text without any prior idea. And the next thing we can, otherwise, the next value we can learn out of English is human nature is essentially unchanging. It looks as if the human nature is keeping on changing, but actually it doesn't do so. The same passions, emotions, and even situations are seen again and again throughout the human history. It follows that continuity in literature is more important and significant than innovation. Thus, a well known 18th century definition of poetry maintains that it is what often was thought but never so well expressed.